squad being sold out. I'm going to welcome you to the 2020 Indiana Masters. I want to thank our sponsors and hope you will too, to the Anderson-Madison County Visitors Bureau, Motive Bowling, Pinheads Bowling and Entertainment, Indiana State USBC, Big Four Sox, and Mike Always Arrowhead Bowl. You're going to bowl 3 games. After each game, you're going to skip 6 pairs, bowl on the 7th. Please bowling all 3 games using the same letter. Pay attention real close right here, because as of now, it is each bowler's responsibility to write down and record your scores on the scorecard. Each bowler is responsible to write down and record their scores on the scorecard. Make sure they are correct. Please do that so you don't have any scoring issues. We have a side pot special this year. It's $10. It's going to pay at least $40 each game. High game of the squad will win a free entry into this tournament or any of our future tournaments. Those will be available until practice is over. Once we're done with practice, you can only use a dry towel on any ball, no surface adjustments, even if it's not been used. At this time, I want to recognize some former champions on the squad. On lane 17, we have Gene Perez, who won the 2018 Scratch Classic and the Masters. Lane 40 is Ryan Birchfield, the 2018 Masters. Lane 5 is TJ Schmidt, 2017 Scratch Classic and 2017 Masters. 38 is Mike Lish, 2015 Masters. Lane 25 is Chris Cundiff, 2014 Scratch Classic. 33 is John Burbage, the 2014 Masters. Lane 43 is Scott Gilmore, 2013 Scratch Classic. Lane 30, Jimmy Cook, who won the 2012 Scratch Classic. Lane 9, Kevin Michalewski, 2011 Masters. Lane 5, Greg Smith, 2010 Masters. And the last champion of the time that we have here is Randy Robertson on lane 10. He won the 2008 Masters. At this time, I would ask that you please rise for the national anthem.
Looking for something fun to do in Anderson and Madison County? Hi, this is Matt Rust from the Anderson-Madison County Visitors Bureau. Let us help you find things to see and do in Anderson and Madison County. The Visitors Center is located at I-69 and exit 226 across from Culver's in Anderson. Pick up a copy of our latest Discover magazine, our new Madison County map, and an Indiana Festival guide. Visit our website at visitandersonmadisoncounty.com. The fun starts here.
Either set it down here and put your Bluetooth right behind you, or set it down there. So stay. I think it's not this much. I can see here and be like, you know what I mean? Yeah. No, but we won't be here at 7 tomorrow morning, so we have to run the cable. Figure all that out. So. I was going to do that this morning, but he didn't bring me much. Yeah. All the setup these two today. I'm like, that's an opportunity. So start with mine.
You guys whipped her ass here tonight, didn't you? You motherfucking poundboat out his ass. Oh, I know. You killed him. Yeah, he's the only reason why. I couldn't carry corner pin, did he? He helped me. That's all I tried. Yeah. Yeah. Change angles, everything. Yeah, the only reason why we won that third game was because of Thompson's 337. Yeah. On a 120. That's hard to beat. It's like pulling two bowlers right there. Yeah. I mean, normally he's been.
Okay, bowlers, please make sure all your machines are recycled to the first ball.
This night's going to be like that. Yeah. I was mad because I couldn't carry shit.
That everybody's on the first ball, you can begin your tournament play. Good luck.
But then, third game, I just lost it. I couldn't care. I'll explain that.
Okay. Okay, that's what I want to know. Back there yelling, I wonder where you went there for a phone. I didn't mean to say it. I didn't know you guys back there yelling.
I'll explain later.
Okay. I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Okay.
All right. Welcome to the first squad of the 2020 Masters here in Anderson, Indiana Championship Lanes. My name's Chad Lester here from Savage Bowling TV. And joining me today is a very special guest. Just sat down, unannounced, but that's okay. I don't want to talk by myself.
You're fine, Chad.
Let's tell everybody who you are.
It's Kerry Kane, the president of the Indiana State USBC. This is our 20th annual Indiana Masters, and we are very proud to have this tournament here in Anderson, Indiana.
Newly remodeled championship lanes. Looks very nice, a lot brighter, a lot more open, more modern. They've done a great job.
Very bowler friendly, except for down there on the bowlers area where you cannot roll your bags too well.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
And nothing unusual. We have snow in the weather.
Yeah. It doesn't look like it's sticking to the roads, though, so that's all right. That's fine with me. And we don't leave till tomorrow, so it'll be out of here then.
Another 18-hour day after last night's qualifying premiere.
Yeah. There was two sweepers. Was it two separate sweepers or just one sweeper?
Two sweepers last night.
Okay.
7 o'clock and 9.
And was it
There's Gene Perez.
Gene Perez.
Last year's champions here.
newly signed Motive staffer.
Yes.
Who Motive's our premier or main sponsor of the tournament,
main.
all the Indiana tournaments.
Right, they do a great job for us.
From these tournaments to the state tournaments, the Open Championships, they've been very supportive of what you guys have done. So happy to have them on board. So tell us how the sweepers went last night. I know there was two squads, but is that one prize fund, or is it two separate prize funds?
Two separate prize funds. The first one was a $1,900 prize fund, and the second was a $1,300 prize fund. We had like 68 entries on the first one and 47 on the second one. Nice.
So, and this first squad sold out.
Yes, it sold out late
Yeah.
early last night.
Yeah, I saw Jeff posted on Facebook pretty late. So what's nice about this 9:30 a.m. squad, there is a squad bonus. Top 4 bowlers from this squad will be guaranteed at least 48th place, with the top 2 being seeded into the top at least 16th place. So how the format goes today, there's 4 qualifying squads. Top 48 will make it to tomorrow's they're guaranteed into the semifinals. Places 17 through 48 will go a second round tomorrow morning at 9:30, and that'll fill out the top 32 for double elimination match play, starting around, I'd say 11:30, depending on how fast the squad goes. I anticipate this tournament probably going to sell out. I know 2 years ago it sold out. Last year was pretty darn close.
We would have sold out last year, but we had the tournament going on for high school. Some of our coaches weren't allowed to make it here because
semi-state's going on right now. We'll be back here next week covering the state finals. So this is kind of our second home for the next 3 tournaments because we'll be back in March for the Queens.
Right.
Doing the Queens tournament, which is
Be the
which is fun.
26th annual Queen tournament.
And you guys just took that over last year.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we merged last year, so it was one of our new additions to us.
Right. And then what was nice is entries actually went up
Yes,
over
it did.
previous
We had
years.
94, 96 entries. And hopefully go over 100 this year.
Sure. And what I didn't realize about the Queens is how many good bowlers, female bowlers, there were in Indiana.
There's a lot of them.
And,
we actually have a few bowlers today that are females in this squad.
Aaron Jones was one of them.
Aaron Jones, Shelby New. I think there's one more.
Yeah, there'll be others for sure. Want to thank our sponsors. Of course, Moto, we talked about them. Big Four Socks, David's here with his socks. So if you're going to be here later on today or tomorrow, check out the socks. He does have a tournament special going on. Who else do we have? We have Pinheads and Fishers. They have some awesome events coming up. We'll talk about them here in just a minute. Mike Alby's Arrowhead Bowl. Mike Alby will be on the telecast with us tomorrow. And then the Anderson Madison County Visitors Bureau. It was a late edition.
Yes, it was.
So thank all them for sponsoring the tournament this weekend. And I believe they're going to, will they be all on board?
They should be all on board for the whole year.
Good, good. Nice to hear.
Of course, we also have the State Association on board. So
Yes, yes. And a lot of events coming up for the State Association. First of all, the IndianaStateUSBC.org is their website. Go on there. You can have see all the tournament entry forms, all the tournaments that are coming up. There's a calendar, things like that. You guys have 5 scholarships that you offer annually.
actually, I think it's 6.
Really?
Yeah.
The information I have is 5,
Yeah,
so we can go over those. Kathy Cooper, Indiana State USBC scholarships for male or female senior. It's based on overall performance, service, and scholastics.
That is a $1,000 scholarship.
$1,000 scholarship, and it's renewable for $500 for 3 consecutive years if they meet the criteria.
Right.
So I'm sure that's probably GPA based, things like that. One of the other scholarships, Eleanor Jackson, Indiana State USBC $500 scholarships for a female senior. This will be awarded focus on superior performance and scholastics. And then the John Kelly Paul Sutton Indiana State USBC $500 scholarship is for the male seniors based on superior performance and scholastics. Let's see, 5th one, Betty Taylor, Indiana State $500 scholarship for a female senior. And it's awarded focused on meritorious
service.
Yes, yes. To the bowling community and scholastics. And then finally, Dan Kappa, who was
our association manager for years.
Yes, yes. And he was one of the ones that helped get Motive, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yep. So that's a memorial scholarship. It's $500 for a male senior, and it's based on the same criteria as the Betty Taylor for female. So you thought there was a 6th one?
Yeah, I thought there was, but
okay.
Evidently we cut it down to 5, which is that's fine. I mean,
right. A lot of opportunity
yes,
out there
is.
for our high school students and our youth.
Yeah, when we merged together, we had so many different scholarships, and they overlapped, and that's how it come down to being 5, looks like.
Scholarship applications are due by March 31st. Where can they get these applications?
They're online.
Online? Oh, is it IndianaStateUSBC.org?
It should be the same.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Most everything we have is online, so you can go there, you get your entry forms for all of our state tournaments, all 9 tournaments we run.
Mm-hmm.
Just download them. They're all PDF friendly. And
some of them are fillable.
Yes, they are.
So, yeah, you guys, this is a busy time of year for you guys.
Yeah, we're just starting. The ball is just starting.
Yes, it is.
In 2 weeks, we'll start the Open Championship in Richmond, Indiana. And that'll go for 13 weekends. And then about 4 weeks after that, we'll start the youth tournament over in Terre Haute. So it's just getting started.
Wow. And this will go clear through May?
Yes.
Does it quite get to May anymore?
18th of May.
Okay.
Long stretch of 13 weeks.
Yeah. Your guys' annual meeting is June 21st in Indianapolis.
Yes.
The Hall of Fame ceremony is June 20th. At the Crown Plaza in Indianapolis. Is there Do you have to make reservations or anything like that to go to the Hall of Fame banquet?
It would be nice. That way we plan ahead. It's like $35 a person.
Okay.
The Hall of Fame ballots are out. They are due by March 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully those get their ballots in so we can find out who's going to be this year's candidates.
Awesome. And then the candidates can be found on your website, indianastateusbc.org. The top 6 received the most votes and will be inducted on June 20th, as we said. All current Hall of Fame members vote, and local associations get a vote.
Yes. You get one vote.
And the board of directors get a vote.
There's 188 votes for the Hall of Fame. So.
Okay. And then how many? Just the top 6. You don't have to have a percentage.
There's 12 on the ballot, so the top six will be inducted.
Okay. And then you can look, see a list of the current Hall of Fame members also at the indianastateusbc.org website. So it's a big website, a lot of information, and yeah, go check it out if you have a chance.
Actually, we do have a Hall of Famer bowling on lane 4. Looks like Tim Mack. You can't see it from here.
Yeah, Tim Mack. And I was surprised to see him today. I didn't know what his tour responsibilities were right now.
He's still a big shot with Storm. So.
Yeah. And it's nice to see him bowling again after his knee.
He's had some serious injuries. He's recovered well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we talked to him in the booth during the Queens last year, and he was still rehabbing. And was hoping to bowl last summer, which he did. There was video that came out about that. And of course, he's very supportive to the guys on his staff on tour. So we're in game number 1. We have pairs 9 and 10 and 3 and 4 for the qualifying squads. We'll switch over to lanes 3 and 4 here. Or it's actually 3, 4, 5, and 6. It's mainly 5 and 6.
Right.
Tomorrow we'll spread out. We'll have 4 cameras going on during the semifinal round and then during the finals. And it'll stay that way until we have a champion sometime late tomorrow afternoon.
I believe that's Logan Sorolla on lane 4. Yep.
Nice shot. So the pattern, I downloaded it off the team app. By the way, if you guys watching don't have the team app downloaded, it's free. You search for your team. It's Indiana State USBC, I believe it is.
Yes, it is.
And that's where you'll be able to see the standings for this weekend's tournament. Jeff will load them into there, and you'll be able to see all the standings. So that's the team app.
You will get notification of every squad that goes off.
Yeah, yep. But it's awesome because it's
free.
It's free.
Got to thank Brian Petrie for that. He turned us onto that little app.
Mm-hmm.
We've more or less used it a lot, and we've got a lot of input from the team app people.
Yeah, and I think that's it's expanding to high school bowling slowly but surely. We sat through the coaches clinic back in September, and they did a presentation to the coaches and coordinators about that. The things that app can do for them is pretty awesome.
Right. Then on lane 6, we have the past champion Greg Smith bowling.
And TJ Schmidt is bowling as well.
Right next to him.
Yep. So the pattern, it's 40 feet, 29 mils, or 25 mils. I'll upload this and put it on the live stream.
The link for the live stream.
It's Savage Bowling TV on YouTube is where you can find us. But I'll upload this pattern for the next squad, and so I'll be able to put it up on the live stream. The ratio looks like it's 1.5 to 1.
Yeah, I think it is 5 to 1.
Is it 5 to 1? Yes, 5 to 1. Here we go. I was reading it wrong. So it's going to be I would consider it a medium scoring. It's not going to be terribly low.
No, not really. I mean, last night you saw Vu bowl. He throws it right down the middle about 24 miles an hour and blows them up.
Yeah. And he made a run in the Scratch Classic
yes,
back in November.
He missed the cut by 1 spare.
Yeah.
He's a great little bowler. He's not a great scratch bowler. He's a handicap bowler, but he bowls straight down the middle at 20-some mile an hour.
With a 12 or I think he went up to 13. I heard 13-pound ball. But he's a guy who loves bowling.
Yes, he does.
And he'll bowl anything. But I think what's probably unique about him is, yes, he throws the ball right down the middle, but he's a pretty good spare shooter.
Yes, he is.
Because he does throw it everything straight.
He takes the pattern right out of play.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and if he can just stay away from the splits, then he can give himself a shot.
Right.
He's a little bit different, but I can compare him to the helicopter bowlers.
Right.
And, of course, it's a little bit different. They throw it a lot slower with a lot lighter balls. How many staff you guys have working here today?
I think I have 5 staff members.
Okay.
We have a pretty good staff. We have my assistant tournament manager from the Open, Charlie Wilkie. Association manager, Brian Nunning is actually my association manager. He's doing the brackets for us. Past Hall of Famer and a past board member, Paul Sutton. And myself. And we'd be lost without our boss.
Mr. Circle?
Mr. Jeff Circle. Without Jeff, I mean, we'd be lost because he runs 3 great tournaments, the
Oh,
Scratch
yeah.
Classic, the Masters, and the Queens.
Yeah. And when you're dealing with this many entries for the day, have over 400 entries probably.
We left last night after 12 o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah, and he was back. I got here at 6:15 this morning. He got here shortly after me. I was surprised.
After we made a little run last night, he was back in here redoing things. So
Yeah.
he's very proficient at what he does.
Uh-huh.
He wants to make sure it's right. And we came walking in this morning. Everything was pretty well laid out for us again. So
Yeah, the tournament runs so smoothly. It's so organized, especially when you're dealing with tomorrow with the double elimination match play. He does his best where no player hits the same player twice.
We try to do the best on
And
that.
he gets it down to a science. He uses Excel and
Yes.
does what ifs and things like that. So it's not easy to do. And then it just moves along so smoothly when you get to match play. No breaks, pretty much. It just players know where to go, whether they win or lose.
Yes, it's a very unique list. And once you lose, you stay in a column. You never change.
Yeah.
As long as you win, you stay in that one column. It's, it's a pretty easy formula. But like I said, he stood up several nights trying to figure all that out.
Once again, thank you guys for watching the 9:30 a.m. squad of the Indiana Masters, 20th anniversary of this tournament. Started in 2000.
Yes.
Doesn't seem long ago.
I know. I think I joined the tournament as a staff member in 2006.
Yeah.
Right out of Indianapolis at Jubilee with Ron Holder. And then we progressed with Jeff Circle. Jeff Circle made a complete turnaround of this tournament. But we also broke it away from the main tournament, where it's a tournament by itself. You didn't have to bowl the Open, to bowl the Masters.
Oh, that's good.
And it just took off like a rocket ship.
Sure.
Under Jeff's leadership. And like I said, without Jeff, this tournament probably wouldn't be what it is today. He does a wonderful job.
Talking about one of our other sponsors, Pinheads Bowling Center. I saw Zach here. Zach
Carey Carey here. I don't know what lane he's bowling on.
That is the wrong button I just hit, guys.
Uh-oh.
Let me go back to. There we go. Hey, that's us. How you doing, guys? I have the logos on 2 different screens here.
And we have bowlers from all over the state of Indiana bowling today, so it's not just a local thing.
That's true. I did see a few Anderson people here. But back to Zach Carey. He's the operations manager at Pinheads in Fishers. Beautiful bowling center. Just remodeled recently.
Yes.
I haven't been in there since they remodeled. I've seen pictures on Facebook, but it's awesome. So he's got some specials coming up that he wants us to talk about. Maybe we can get him on here sometime today to kind of plug what they're doing. But February 2nd, they have a bowling special. It's called the Big Game Special. There's going to be prizes and specials, 65-inch flat screen TV giveaway at halftime during the game. This all starts at 5:30, and it looks like this is in the bar. $5 Indiana pints, 75-cent signature wings. You can reserve your table. So that's going to be an awesome Super Bowl special. And I think there's another.
Yeah, St. Patty's Day event.
Yeah, they have a St. Patty's Day, but there's another Super Bowling thing. This looks like it's on the lanes. They're calling let's call it Super Bowling. Tailgate. $179 a lane. And here's what you get: 3 hours of bowling and shoes, 1 large single topping pizza, a pitcher of beer, 1 large order of wings. You can reserve your lanes. It's from 4 to 7. I would assume that's probably up to 6 people on a lane.
I would imagine. I'd hope
we
so.
can ask
For that price, I hope so.
But I'm sure they'll have the game on that you can watch.
Is there a football game on?
Well, yeah, Super Bowl.
Oh,
Next
that's
Sunday.
right. The Patriots aren't playing for us.
No. I think a lot of people are happy with that. Sorry if anybody's a Patriots fan, but it's nice to see 2 different teams in there.
It might be a high-scoring game, or it could be a defensive game.
Yeah. It's 2 good offenses.
Yes, it is.
St. Patty's Day. This is an awesome event. And the first thing I thought was like, man, I'd love to go to that. But I'm going to be here March 14th. So it's Friday, March 13th, starting at 9 p.m. through Tuesday, March 17th, ending at 10 p.m. Saturday and Sunday is 21 and over in the entire facility. And this is at Pinheads. Kegs and Eggs breakfast / brunch included in the ticket price and takes place Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. The event features 21 bands spread across 4 stages in the whole entire facility. Tickets are only $10 per person, and they're good for the whole 5 days.
Oh, wow.
You can purchase tickets online starting February 3rd or at the door, and I'm sure that's on their website. But, man, what a big event,
right.
to put on, especially managing 21 bands and 4 stages. That's
a lot. That's a lot to handle.
Yeah. And, $10.
Pretty cheap.
Yeah, that's pretty cheap.
They're being very reasonable about that.
And then last one, it's Marvel Trivia live at Alley's Ale House, February 4th at 7 o'clock. Prizes to the top 3 teams. And you can find more details at bulletpinheads.com. So a lot coming up for Pinheads. And we're thankful to have them as sponsors as well.
Oh, yes. Without our sponsors, this would not be possible because this does take money to run, and these guys aren't here just for their health. They're here to make money.
Yeah.
They also want a chance to National Masters today as well.
That's right. I forgot. I should have mentioned that. National Masters, plus they get a little bit of a stipend, right?
A little bit of stipend to take care of themselves.
Yeah.
And we try to do a lot for our bowlers we can. And I say without these sponsors, it's not possible.
And is this for the 2020 Masters? Don't get it
Yeah,
or is
it'll
it
be
2021? Okay. I was going to say the 2020 Masters is coming up.
Yes, it is.
Last sponsor that we just got, the Anderson-Madison County Visitors Bureau. I want to thank them for being a sponsor. Visit their website at visitandersonmadisoncounty.com to find the calendar of upcoming events and festivals, attractions, places to eat, and more. Again, it's visitandersonmadisoncounty.com. And if you've never been to Anderson here, they do have a casino.
Yes, they do.
They have a horse racing track. And
live dealers now.
Yeah. And inside the casino, they do have live music. I personally have never been. I've always wanted to go when I've been here, but there's just no time because when we get here, it's work.
I know. I saw you last night. I'm going, you're not going to put up yet? And he goes, no, first thing in the morning. You've had a long morning, I guarantee you.
Yeah.
And this is, like you said, been remodeled, so you've had to redo some wiring, looks like.
Oh, yeah. This was like setting up a brand new bowling center we've never been before. We used to, we've been here quite a bit in the last few years, so we had it down to a science, and now everything's completely different. The electrical is in different places. There's not a long bar for us to put cameras. Of course, the remodel's not a bad thing at all. It brings the bowling center up to date, for sure.
More modern, more open, more spacious, more bowler friendly. And if you're like us, we have a lot of cords probably hanging in the ceilings of we have a database. We try to use a lot of the stuff here, the internet stuff.
Yeah, you guys are thankful to have a big tournament office too.
Yes.
So Somebody's asking in the live stream about finding the team app for Windows. Do you know where they go?
Not off the top of my head.
Team app.
I mean, it should just go to Team App.
Yeah, Dana, I'd try to Google team app. I'm going to try to do that right now. It's www.teamapp.com, I believe.
Yes.
Yep, I just found it. Let's see if it's for Windows. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Teamapp.com.
Yeah.
You'll be able to find us there. Shout out to Henry Craig. He watches all of our live streams.
Oh, okay.
And I believe he's from the area. Henry, are you from this area? I believe you came down and said hi to us at one event. I can't remember what event that was. Getting into about 7th frame of game 1. 3-game qualifier.
It's very important you guys make your spares. This is a spare game as well.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be surprised when the cut comes down at 410, 420. It's that one spare.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you're on a harder lane condition, you have to pick up your spares. Spares, really, to me, is a priority anyways. It should be a bigger priority than striking.
I didn't see where Greg threw that one, but it looks like he missed the head pin, too. They're on lane 6. He's the past champion.
And what's interesting is I was watching him warm up, and then plenty hook, and now the oil's carrying down already. But that's what makes this sport fun. You actually have to adjust. If you had to just stand in the same place all day, I think it'd be kind of boring. It makes you think.
You'd be nice and comfortable.
Yeah.
Be in your comfort zone. But that's the thing about adjusting. Some bowlers do not adjust very well. I'm very bad at that because the time I don't catch the transition, I'm behind.
Yeah, and I don't bowl tournaments hardly anymore at all. And that's when if I walk into something like this, I would just either overthink it or not move the right way or not move, just make the wrong decisions.
So we got Randy Roberts over there on, I want to say Peterson, but it's Randy Robertson. Past champion on lane 10. The blue outfit getting ready to bowl. He won down in Connorsville. If you'll see Randy, he does have a lot of loud outfits. Today's kind of mild.
Yeah, he's got to be a Guppy Troop fan, right? Or Kyle Troop now.
Kyle Troop, but he said if he wins the qualifying, he will be back in some wild lime colors tomorrow.
Oh, jeez. I saw another guy. I don't know who it was. Oh, he's right here. Checkered.
Well, that's Checker, but there's also Scott Dillon. He's out of our viewing area. He'll be here. He's in multicolored outfit.
Yeah.
I'd say he's probably the Kyle Trooper of the day.
What's great, Kyle's his shirt will match his pants. Literally the same pattern.
Yeah.
Almost looks like he's wearing a one piece. Yeah, Henry is from Anderson. He said this is his home center.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
Tim Mack crossed over and missed it.
He's got 113 in the 7th with the strike in the 8th.
You can tell by some of their actions they think they've got the strike, and it's like, oh.
Uh-huh. Why did it hook?
Yeah.
Like Tim just crossed over and left a 5-pin.
Yeah.
Which he got, by the way.
And he is a National PBA Hall of Famer.
That's right.
He come in on the I'm trying to think, it's a new category he qualified in. Oh, wow. I had brain fade on me all of a sudden.
The PBA?
On the PBA, yeah.
Might have been his service as a ball rep.
No, he qualified under I'm trying to think what it was. I'll think of it here in a minute.
TJ Smith here, leaving the Big Four. He's past champion.
Yes, he is.
He'll be able to bowl multiple squads probably, and he'll
probably will today.
Yeah, he'll have it figured out hopefully by the end.
As one guy says, I'm not bowling sweepers tonight because I got to do four squads tomorrow.
Oh, jeez.
I'm going, what do you mean by that? Because it takes me 4 squads to qualify.
Yeah. Well, then you hope you get pretty far in the match play so you can make all that money out.
Yeah. But like I say, if you bowl in match play, you're going to get most of your entry fee back because we do try to do halfway decent prize funds. And
yeah, if you're out there and you own a business, contact us for sponsorship opportunities for these tournaments because we live stream 3 a year.
Actually 4.
4. Forgot.
We added our youth to it this year.
That's right.
We did not feel they should be left out.
Yep.
The board made a conscious decision.
I forgot about the Indiana-Kentucky All-Stars.
Yes,
that was a fun event last year.
Is our premier event for our youth bowlers.
Mm-hmm. That'll be in Louisville, June 13th.
At Dixie Bowl.
The best of Indiana against the best of Kentucky. And Indiana's won it quite a few times in a row.
Yes.
I forget how many we counted last year, but
we've been very fortunate with our youth, who has some great youth bowlers.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we're getting ready to transition on a change here.
Yeah, some of them are finishing up. Doesn't look like a ton of good scores either. Tim Mack shoots 181. No, that wasn't him. Was it?
No.
He is 4B, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He only shoots 159.
That can't be correct.
You don't think that's it?
I don't think that's it.
Well, he had 9 spear in the 9th.
He's a bowler.
I believe he shot 159. Because he had the 9 spear in the 9th with the 5 pin. So he would have finished on lane 3, so that's correct.
Wow, I thought he was bowling better than that.
Right. We start off open with both splits.
Right.
We missed a single pin spare in the 7th. And only struck twice.
I thought he had 2.
And he opened in 10th.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's
7-2, so I didn't see what that was. But
right. Well,
he's a good bowler. He'll figure it out.
2 monster games, and you're right back in this. Sometimes it's a horse race, sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
Because some people, they've complained about this format, but it works. We've gone to longer formats for the Scratch Classic because bowlers want more games.
Mm-hmm.
They complained about too many games. Then so it's hard to justify the prima donnas.
Yeah,
And you do the best you can for them, but it's that one game. A 280, 270 can get you in.
Sure.
If you have two bad games.
Sure. Yeah, a lot of people here saying it should be a 4-game qualifier. But or I've even heard people say, well, a 6-game qualifier would be good, but you just don't have time then.
Right.
Because you need 4 squads.
Right. Actually, yeah.
If you want the prize fund that you want, you got to have the 4 squads because you're working on the re-entries and things like that. Jeremy Adler on lane 4. You just saw him on the left part of your screen. He's a former Purdue player.
TJ playing standing way left, throwing right.
Mm-hmm. He's not bowling that great either. He's got 106 in the 8th with a strike in the 9th. I said, not too many big games. The 181 on lane 4 is pretty good. I'm just looking down in front of us here.
I don't. Now the first 10 lanes, 12 lanes, I don't see very many big ones. Compared to last night when Matt Roberts started off the 279 game.
Yeah, you know,
The
this,
sweepers.
and the more times they put this pattern down, the tighter it's going to get.
Right. And last night they bowled with three and four to up pair. Now you got the 5, so
Yeah.
that extra bowler could take away a little bit.
And that was only a two-game sweeper. So
two-game sweeper.
still don't know how it's going to transition fully, especially when you add more bowlers and you bowl one more extra game.
Right.
And a lot of players probably, if they bowled last night, they might be throwing something different than they did last night. Our very own Scott Gilmore's bowling this squad. I'm sure he'll be down in this area sometime, maybe the next game.
I think he
was on 43.
Yeah, he'll be somewhere now.
I was talking to him, and he bowled yesterday, and he was talking about he wants to change the surface on a ball. He thinks it would work, but he didn't want to do it now because he wanted to see how they're going to play it this morning because they were going to play different.
Right.
So most of them are starting to finish up game number 1. So $2,000 first place, guaranteed.
Yes.
No, it's based on 250 entries. You guys will get that.
It's guaranteed. Well,
Yeah,
we're gonna
might as well
there.
be guaranteed. 'Cause I don't know a time where you had under 250, and if you did, it was because the weather was bad.
Well, even when the weather was bad, it really wasn't that bad. I mean, bowlers got here and they stayed.
Yeah.
About 3 years ago, we had a real bad snow come in here, and we were a little bit nervous.
I'm sure.
We still sold out. So
Wow.
these bowlers are a different type, and they're going to be here.
Let's see. Semifinals start tomorrow morning at 9:30. Finals around 11. It'll probably be a little bit later than that, depending. They bowl 3 games tomorrow morning?
Little 2-game qualifier.
Two game? Okay.
They'll add their totals to what they got, and we'll cut it down to the top 32. Senior bowler there from the PBA.
Yep.
Regionals, Danny Clark.
Sorry, Mark Sullivan here, right?
Mark is here.
Be interesting to see how he does this year on the senior tour. He made quite a few cuts last year, and, including leading a couple events for a while. So it's just a matter of time before he wins one, I think.
He's a real smooth bowler, like I said. It's a matter of time.
And if you talk to him, he thinks he's gotten better with age. It's probably true.
And he's
He's so good.
yes. I was waiting on my teammate to hand me some money, get my entry fee back. Hey, Aaron, how you doing? Aaron McCormick, past champion.
Up from where we live, Lafayette. He's going to be bowling in the Indianapolis Open this year. Didn't know if you know that.
He's on the
He's
joining the PBA tour. Going to take a crack at it.
Yep. I think he's going to bowl a couple of those events, but I think what he's really waiting for is to do the senior thing. So he's close to 50. He's a Indiana State Trooper. And he says he's close to retiring.
Yes, he's getting real close.
So I think within a year.
Be making no more friends.
No more friends, he calls it, yes.
Yeah. If you're on Facebook, he likes to make friends.
Some of the stories, I tell you, they're great. Now, has there ever been a 300 shot in this tournament? Do you know?
I don't think we've had a 300 yet.
Tells you how hard this tournament is. You're getting these 400 bowlers a year, and nobody's shooting 300. For a prestigious tournament like this anyways, you should have a harder lane condition.
Yes.
It shouldn't be soft.
I mean, that's what they expect, and that's what we're going to give them, something.
Yeah.
We want you to earn it. Looks like we only got one pair still bowling round game one.
Mm-hmm. Switch over to that pair. Then they're 10 frame.
Yep.
Did you watch the PBA event last week? Tommy Jones shooting 300.
No, I didn't get to see that last week.
It was awesome. It was a good show. Every match was pretty good. Even the semifinal match was pretty low scoring. It was like 190, 160 or something like that. But they delivered. So we'll see what happens at tomorrow's show.
Right. Jeff wants to take entries up till 10:30 for the first one. Still needs entries.
Oh, for the next squad?
Next squad.
I bet you'll see a lot of these people re-enter.
Oh yeah, about halfway through this game, that's when it starts happening.
Is that what they'll do? They'll go in
Yes.
while they're bowling. They won't wait, just because they know it's going to sell out.
If they bowl bad the first game and they're about halfway through this game, you'll see a flood to the door.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been here during qualifying. I think I came up a few years ago. Well, that was 2015. I know I came up. 'Cause that's when we started doing live streaming, and we were going to be here for the middle school, so I wanted to come check everything out.
Right. Once again, we want to thank our sponsors: Motive, Pinheads, Mike Always Arrowhead, Big Four Sox, and the Indiana State USBC. And we have one of our female bowlers going to be on. Looks like lane 3 and 4, Shelby New.
She went pretty far in this event last year, if I remember right.
Yeah, she's one of the newer young guns for the females.
That's right.
Her and Teresa Smith teamed up and cleaned up in the ladies tournament.
And that's not surprising because Teresa's a great bowler too.
Yes. former PBA bowler, or WPBA.
I go back here. The 5 and 6, they're just getting started. So your sponsors that we have this year, they've been with us quite a while. I know Motive has.
Motive has been around with us almost 4 years, I believe.
Okay.
And everybody else has come on board the last 2 years.
Okay.
We used to have Classic, used to have Storm, but now we've moved on to Motive.
Mm-hmm.
And we thank Dan Kappa for that.
Yeah, and then when you have EJ Tack, it's the face of Motive. He lives here in Indiana. That partnership makes sense to me.
Yes.
And
then you had Matt Sanders and EJ bowling, and then in the Scratch Classic didn't hurt. Didn't hurt us.
Yeah. Of course, neither one of those guys will be here this weekend because of the tour going on right now, which I'm sure these guys bowling right now are probably fine with that.
Yes.
Danny Clark there up in lane 5. Left-hander. That's about the farthest in I've ever seen him play, I think.
Yeah, he's normally out towards the gutter.
Yeah.
Next up's going to be Shelby New on lane 5, it looks like.
Speaking of Mike Alby's Arrowhead Bowl, we will be there May 16th, I think it is, broadcasting the middle school finals.
Bowlers, just a reminder, as you move, follow your letter. If you
Shelby throws it good.
Wow.
That was a good shot.
Yes, it was. Just hair tight.
And, you know, she started coming to the Lafayette Open, you know, a tournament that Scott runs a few years ago. And I'm amazed at how much better she is now compared to, you know, 3 or 4 years ago when I first saw her.
No, she's maturing as a bowler and getting better and better.
Yep.
And one of the days we're going to have a lady winner. It's a matter of when.
Yeah.
And we said we have at least 2 or 3 in the field today.
I mean, you have 2 of them that would
Yes.
legitimately have a shot at it, her and Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones, and there's also Starla Miller's in the house today bowling. The squad.
Okay.
There's 3 of them bowling this squad. Anything can happen. Actually, there's 4. I thought Lisa Seifert was bowling this squad as well.
Oh, yeah. I saw her down there, but I didn't know if she was bowling.
Yes.
I didn't know if she was here watching her husband.
They're both bowling this squad.
Okay. So one of the things that is awesome, I think, that Motive does for you guys is they give bowling balls to you guys to do what you want with them. They also give bowling balls for you to give away to anybody that shoots an honor score in the Open Championships.
300 or an 800 gets you a bowling ball.
Yeah.
A golden jackal.
Is that what they're giving away this year?
Well, it was last year. We still have golden jackals for this tournament.
Okay.
We'll be raffling those off today to help sponsor the tournament.
If I remember right, there was quite a few honor scores at Arrowhead last year.
Yes.
And if you ask our local bowlers, they wanted they wanted the Arrowhead to change the house shot to that.
Shall we do on 6 again?
Because you guys use a standardized pattern for the Open Championships. You don't use the local association's house patterns.
No,
incentives.
we have our own patterns,
And that's fair.
and they are tested out before we use them. So it's not something new. It's been tested.
Oh yeah. And Nick Hoagland still does that for you
No,
guys?
Nick doesn't do that anymore for us.
Oh, okay. I know he did it at
We
one
have-
point.
Yeah, we moved on from Nick. He did a great job for us, but we've gone a different direction, and it seems to be okay right now for us. And
Good.
we're having a great time with it.
Yeah, I remember the process when I worked at a bowling center in Lafayette. They came down and put out 3 patterns. We had a few people bowl on it, and then we picked one, helped pick one.
And you try to get the average bowler more or less how they're
Sure.
going to play, the higher bowler,
Yep.
and it goes from there. And you modify the shot just a little bit left or right.
Yeah, and it's just a modified house shot. You want to make it fair for everybody. But you don't want it to be a give me either.
No, we don't want a shootout with nothing but honor awards. Because you walk in the house and you got 9-13 leading,
Yeah.
it kind of takes away from the spirit of the sport.
Well, I agree with that, and I also think that some people see how high the scores are, and they're like, I can't shoot that, and they don't enter.
Right.
You know?
And there's Jalen Mosley in the house.
Yeah.
One of our premier youth bowlers at one time.
This will be his first Masters if he's bowling. I assume he's bowling.
Well, I thought he was going to Midland University, but evidently he's here in town.
Yeah. And he actually shot 300 in his very first collegiate tournament.
He bowled 300 at Martin Luther King tournament this past week.
Yeah.
He has amazing talent for our youth.
Yeah, we got to see him in the finals of the Indiana-Kentucky All-Stars. That was a great match, and that was, if you remember right, he started off the first 6 and threw a gutter ball.
Yeah.
I mean, happens.
Yes, it does.
But he still almost won that match.
Yeah. You just got to stay focused. Just a little glitch there, and he crossed
Yeah.
him.
Heck, a few weeks ago, when I shot my 300, my My 11th one was almost no good. It was bad. Then it was just a lack of focus.
Right.
Aaron McCormick on the right side of your screen. Running Brooklyn, trip 4, Brooklyn. Trip 6, sorry. Thinking left-handed. I'm left-handed.
Okay.
Thinking from the left side.
Wow.
Great shot.
Not my ball by Shelby.
Once again, you're watching the 2020 Indiana State Masters. This is the 9:30 a.m. squad. It's the first squad of 4 today. The other 3 squads will start at 1 o'clock, 4:30, and 8:30 tonight. We'll go on the air 15 minutes before each of those squads. I want to thank our sponsors, Pinheads and Fishers, Mike Alby's Arrowhead Bowl, the Madison County Visitors Bureau, Big Four Sox, and Motive. Also the Indiana State USBC for running the events, running all the many events that they do for us here in the state of Indiana. They do an amazing job for our bowlers, and we do appreciate it. And us here from Savage Bowling TV, we appreciate them hosting us. There's money floating around in front of me.
Well, I had to pay my entry fee for my bowler here, so he called me last night. I need to be that 9:30 squad.
Yeah.
So I had to front the money. I'm just getting my money back. So he's on a 4-bagger over there, so maybe he's going to do quite well on a 3-bagger. Danny just did another strike. Danny Clark's got a 4-bagger, so.
Yeah, maybe you see the scores go up a little bit this game.
After the first game, these guys have opened them up a little bit, and now the balls will do the rest. You know, John's acting like he's bowling in league play over there, just crushing the pocket. Shelby's on a double, looking for a 3. She's a little up,
a bit light,
a little wide.
We'll watch her shoot the spare, then we'll switch over to 9 and 10.
Tyler, looks like Tyler needs to move in just a little bit. He's throwing a little bit further outside.
Right. Nice spare.
Good spare, Shelby. Oh, nice pickup by Mike Lish. Oh, I thought he picked it up. He missed it.
Lane 10, Chris Seyfert, who was talking about his wife bowling this squad. She's a good bowler herself. Both Purdue graduates, I believe.
Yes, they are.
In fact, I believe that's probably how they met. They were both on the team together.
I believe so. Chris out of Evansville, Indiana.
There's our 2018 champion, Ryan Birchfield, here up on lane 9. Working on a spare. He's got strike open spare through 3. Good shot.
Nice ball.
I didn't know if it was going to come back.
No, I said that it's starting to open just a little bit here.
Yeah.
Actually, Lisa's bowling 1 lane over from Chris on lane 11.
Oh. Wonder how many doubles events they do together.
Quite a few.
Sure.
Tyler's still trying to throw the outside.
That ball's just too clean. It just doesn't want to pick up on the back end at all.
Nope. We got Danny Clark coming up on lane 5 over here with a 4-ball.
Yeah, they look like they're starting to make him look a little bit easier this game.
Well, as the oil transitions down, opens up.
Yeah, I think you always have one game where you're going to get pretty good scores, and then they're going to drop after that, you know?
Tyler comes back shaking his head. Well, going outside, you're not going to have the results you want.
And I bet what's happened is he has squared up with that ball, and it's hooked, so he just feels like, well, I just need to swing it. And then he's getting an exact opposite reaction.
Could be. Good ball by Shelby.
So we met with you guys a few weeks ago at Arrowhead, and you guys had quite the setup going on. You guys were obviously getting ready to have a meeting, but it looked like you also were getting ready for all your Open Championship tournaments coming up, syncing your computers, things like that.
We had a bracket training operation, training session for our bracket operators. We've had about four people to the team, so we brought everybody into Lafayette for a training session, trying to get everybody on the same page and show them the new equipment we've got, the new stuff that's going online with us. And there's also a board meeting that weekend as well, as we talked to you guys later that night about some details about this tournament and other tournaments coming forward with us.
And you guys do a really good job with running these tournaments, you know, providing the trading to staff members and, you know, networking all your computers together, things like that. I mean, from what I understand, you guys are able to, if you have two tournaments going on at the same time, you can see what's going on and help and stuff like that.
We have a NAS drive and everything else that goes with it. Plus, we can remote into any tournament at any time. And the technology we accumulated over years was a project that started about 10 years ago with Dan Kappa and Brian. A vision in the future. And so it was called our roadway to the future. And with a little help from Tom Baxter from the national, he's on the national board, we had some insight that other organizations didn't have. And it paved the path for us to be more or less a leader for the USBC.
Yeah.
And we've taken every advantage of it. Yes, we spent some money, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 on technology. But technology is what you got to have.
Yeah, right. Well, you make your tournaments run smoothly.
Yes.
You know, your information's backed up. I'm sure you have that built into, you know, what you're doing. And then you're able to troubleshoot any problems from wherever you're at.
Right.
You know, if the tournament's going on in Richmond and you're in Lafayette, you can help the people out in Richmond.
We got a technology team that can remote into it. If something can't be fixed, by that way, we'll have somebody come to that tournament and fix it. Sometimes it's not always the system. The system needs to be upgraded.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what people don't understand. It's like these tournaments have to go on.
Right.
You know, when you're running a state tournament, and it's not like you can say, you guys can't bowl today because we can't enter your scores.
We had we took over the youth group. We had some computer systems that really didn't match up with what we had. We didn't realize it at the time, and we had some glitches that one weekend and brought brand new computers for that tournament. And then we had to the printers go down, so it's just minor details.
Yeah, well, just like what we saw with technology through Lafayette Open, you know, our broadcaster here worked fine during qualifying on Saturday and went down on Sunday, and we had no clue. It wouldn't turn on Sunday. We had no clue what it was. We shipped it off to Digital Arts in Bloomington, and they didn't know right off the bat, but they figured it out 2 days later. It was a $2 battery on the motherboard, which we had no clue.
Right.
But we know the warning signs if that happens again, so that's something we could just change out really quick.
Right.
And so it shouldn't happen again. But yeah, technology does fail. Sometimes it's not at the best times, but
Right. And you know, technology, like I said, it only lasts a couple of years because they're making progress and things are changing.
Yep.
And if you don't keep up with technology, you're behind the curve already.
Well, that's why I bought a laptop a couple years ago, but now it's way outdated.
Right.
And especially with the some of the video editing software that I use to edit our videos, they come out with new versions every year, it seems, and now the newest version doesn't support my laptop. So not that I need the newest version, but what if I did?
Right.
So
well, we're very fortunate. Jerry Chakowski, our technical manager, he works for a tech company, and we can get some pretty good deals on technical stuff.
Awesome. Yeah, that's definitely nice to have.
It's not cheap, but we still pay.
Mm.
I think Danny's still striking over there. Yeah, he's still going halfway decent. Holly Pritchard's in the house. Used to be Holly Seekers.
Yeah, she'll be bowling.
Next one, I believe. I say we've got some amazing lady talent. One of these days, lady's going to win this tournament. It's just a matter of when. I thought Teresa Smith-Dill would do it. She's been fortunate, with just bad breaks.
And I kind of wonder why, I saw the talent in the Queens last year, why some of those ladies don't come out and bowl. They could compete with these guys.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know if it's just an intimidation factor or what, but they're good enough.
I don't think it's that. They want their tournament. That's where they're at.
Yeah.
That's where maybe they feel more comfortable at.
Yeah.
But I said one day a lady will win this event.
Oh, I agree. It could be this year. Who knows?
Right.
We'll find out tomorrow.
Nice ball. Nice ball by Shelby.
Yeah, she's throwing it pretty good. I wonder what she had the first game.
No, she bowled a sweeper last night, and she had like a $1.90 to start with.
All right, again, people are asking on the live stream chats about the pattern. It is 40 feet, and I'm going to put up a graphic next squad because I got this graphic late. So next squad, you guys will actually be able to see it. 40 feet, so it's a 5-to-1 ratio. Oil volumes to 25.28 mils. So you're going to see a medium scoring pattern, I believe. But it all depends on how it changes. Sometimes you can put out the easiest pattern and it doesn't play easy.
Right.
Because of transition. So.
Well, just like this pattern here, we used it at the Scratch Classic in Lafayette.
Oh, it's the exact same one?
Exact same one, and played flatter in Lafayette than it does here.
Yeah, it actually, now that I know that, in Lafayette, it looked so much tighter than this.
Yeah, you got to realize the lane condition, the lanes, the
oil.
With oil, with a kegel, custodian. A lot of things will change that pattern a little bit.
Yeah, just this. You can have the same machines, you just use a different oil.
Right.
And the pattern's going to play completely different. Now, this is the same surface that they have at Mike Albee Zero Head Bowl, but you got topography, you have the environmental conditions, you have the oil that they use. A lot of things go into that.
A lot of multipliers there.
In fact, in the Lafayette Open, not this past year, but the year before, we used the same pattern 2 years in a row because the center changed oils. Right. I was like, let's just use the same one, and it played different.
Yes.
I remember one year I was working at a bowling center when I was younger, and our lane machine went down, and the other bowling center across the town, just down the road from us, brought their machine over and let us use it, put out their house pattern.
Right.
And I'd bowled on their house pattern before, but it can play completely different. And so a lot goes into lane conditions. It's definitely a science.
That lot goes into the shot. Jeff has perfected that for us. He tries to make it even for both sides, left and right.
Oh, yeah. You've got to. We are about halfway, well, about 3/4 of the way through game number 2 of the 3-game qualifier for the first squad.
That's a 4-bagger for Shelby.
And you know that first frame, she rang the 10, so she really could have about 270 on a 277 pace if she struck there.
Yep. Got a little wild at one shot, but other than that, she's throwing a pretty consistent ball. Got Frank Lorenzini from Fort Wayne on 5.
He wasn't too happy with that shot, but he struck.
And Frank chopped that one.
That's a hard spare.
Yeah.
In fact, I've started just throwing straight down the edge of those spares if there's no sleeper, instead of going cross lane.
Hit pin strike.
Yeah, yeah, tapped. Well, he looks like he switched to something with surface, but it really is doing the same thing.
Doing the same thing. He's still trying to pitch it out.
Yeah, it's doing the same thing as the other ball. I'm just wondering if the surface is actually hurting him. And this isn't a makeable spare for him because he's kind of been all over the place. He darn near has a all spare. Well, he opened in the 5th, I see. But he's got a lot of spares.
Right.
Open in the 5th and 5th and 1st, and the rest are spares.
Shelby going for the 5-bagger. Crossed over and got it.
Lefty strike. She's teasing Danny because he's left-handed.
And she goes, you got mine, I got yours.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the way it goes sometimes. It looks like John's back on it again after an open frame there in the 9th. Cranks it hard for a left-hander.
And 224s.
Yeah, he had a lot better game going there until that 9th
Yeah,
frame.
but that's still a good game on this pattern.
Yeah, it's a good game. He gets a little hot-headed, and if he has an open, it's all downhill for him.
Mm-hmm. So do you remember how much what it took last year? Right around even to make it? Just over it?
Over even on 420, I believe. No, not 620.
620?
Yeah. I don't know why I was thinking 420. Like 420.
He had 2 games. Yeah.
420 was last night.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't take a lot. You just got to be consistent and make your spares.
Sure. And like you said, just have one big game.
Yeah.
Sneak in. But tomorrow's a whole different story because you got to beat somebody.
Right. It's double elimination. Get ready for the last game go around in squad number 1.
Squad winning pretty good. We'll have a couple-hour break. Get some lunch before the 1 o'clock squad starts.
Once again, thank our sponsors: Motive, Big Force Socks, Mike Alby's Arrowhead Bowl, Pinheads, and Motive, and Indiana USBC.
Yeah, definitely check out Motive's website on all their new equipment that they've just recently come out with. They have ball videos on YouTube, things like that. They're definitely a company that is growing in popularity, I believe.
Yes.
Their equipment's getting better and better, and more people are trying it out.
Well, like I said,
I think
EJ Tackett gave them a big lift.
Yes, yes. And I just think that so many people were so afraid of trying something from a smaller bowling company like that. They don't for a while, but then they see people have success like EJ,
Right.
and now others. People are jumping on that side.
When EJ come out of high school tournaments and things like that, he was doing real well, but not knocking the door down. He was right there to win, but and bring a motive with him, but he blazed the trail for him.
Yes.
They took a chance on him, and
he took a chance on them too. I mean, it's been the perfect partnership. And I remember when they first came out with their equipment that they don't engrave their logos in the ball like, it's almost like they're printed on. Because back in that day, people were like, "Oh, the logo's coming off," on some of the other equipment.
Right.
But we'll see EJ here in a few weeks at the Indianapolis Open. We should be there the whole week covering it for Savage Bowling TV. Do some vlogging and get some interviews. We'll talk to EJ, I'm sure. Talk to Brett Spangler, who's the tour rep for Motive. We talked to him last year. And that's kind of what we want to do this year is talk to some more of the ball reps, because there's a whole different story of what they do for the bowlers. And it's just not coaching. They do a lot.
Right.
So hopefully get some insight on what they do. All right, so finishing game 2. Speaking of Motive, Gene Perez looks like he's going to be, he just switched over to Motive, just signed a staff contract. And he's going to look like he's going to be right in front of us this game.
He's with ABI, so.
Yeah, he switched over.
Here comes Scott Dillion. And there's green and purple and yellow. And down there in the bowlers area, about lane 9 and 10.
Yeah, a lot of staffers switching ball companies this year.
Well, and you had that major buyout, or survival buy.
For Brunswick, I kind of wonder if that has anything to do with people moving around, but maybe not. I mean, I don't know. Also would like to talk to Gene about his move, because, he seemed, when I talked to him at the Scratch Classic, he was struggling. He hadn't bowled well for a while, and he would post things on Facebook, just really kind of down on himself. And I'm wondering if part of the move was just kind of a fresh start for himself, for the year too.
I know he does have a lower back issue and a rotator cuff issue as well, and a tore in his bicep area.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's got some injuries, so he's dealing with that as well.
Now he'll be starting here up on tour here in a few weeks as well. I think he said his first event was in Columbus.
Danny winds up with a 215. Started with a 4-bagger.
Still a good game. You got to be happy with that.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably the best shot that
Tyler's thrown all
Tyler's
day.
made all day. People are asking for your autograph.
Wow. That's former Hall of Famer Paul Sutton, the past president. She'll be going for a 6-bagger. I don't know why I'm trying to look around people. I can see the TV right here.
Yeah, I've been doing it too. We have our monitor.
Oh my goodness, no.
Worst time to leave that.
Wow.
2-8-10.
She was throwing a good ball. Still going to have a halfway decent score.
Yeah. She's going to think what could have been.
Yeah. 250, 260 easily.
Yeah, whoever's up going to be up on lane 5 with these new guys coming in. They're going to have to push reset. Didn't set the 7-pin. He'd like to get 2 there just because of the count.
Right.
230's good.
Yeah, it could have been a lot bigger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's not happy.
No.
We'll switch pairs because nobody's bowling there yet. Over to 9 and 10 as they're finishing up.
Getting ready for game 3 of the first morning squad.
Looks like Zach Carey's right in front of us too. Operation manager to
Pinheads. Yeah.
the Pinheads. Looks like he's waiting to bowl, so he'll be down here. And Gene Perez is on 1 and 2.
Oh wow.
Chris will be able to watch him bowl.
I haven't seen a score sheet yet.
The standings.
Yeah.
Do they usually bring them out?
Yeah, normally there's a score sheet running down there, a standing sheet.
See if it's on the team map. Yeah.
Oh, there's Aaron Jones. Looks like she's going to be in front of us.
Current scores. Oh, here we go. Squad 1. A squad after game 1. Ben Caldwell led after game 1 with 255. Rodney English was 250. Jeff Grego, 234. 226 for Hunter Glaze. In 5th place, our own Scott Gilmore at 221.
Scott keeps this up. He can have his seat back for squads B, C, and D.
I think he's going to bowl the next squad. He said he was bowling the first 2.
Okay.
17th place is Scott Dillon with a 208. Shelby New had 208 for her first game as well. So she's in really good spot.
About 440 or so.
Yeah.
Could have been a lot bigger for her.
So 25 people were even. Brendan Holford was 25th with 200 even. So that's after game 1. Gene Perez had 210. He was in 15th. See other notables here. Trent Marner, 192. Ryan Birchfield, 192. Nick Squires, 186. Aaron McCormick had 185. I didn't see how he finished this game. Sold out squad for this first squad. I would expect this next one to be sold out too.
I would hope so. I mean, if you want to bowl this squad, please get your entry in right now. Sooner the better. I know we had over 70 entries when I left the office to come up here.
Oh, really? Already?
Yep, already.
And 110's the max,
yep.
It looks like. So, other notables after the first game, TJ Schmidt was in 106th place with 134. And I think we saw that out here.
Yeah.
Speaking of ladies, Aaron Jones had 157. She's in 95th after game 1. Vu Dong, 169, 75th place. So that's where we're sitting after game 1. If you guys have the team app on your phones, you can download it, search for Indiana USBC, Indiana State USBC. And then you'll see all the events there.
Zach Carey will be on lane 7 and 8. Aaron Jones also on 7 and 8. Scott Dillon, a multicolored facet outfit on lane 9 and 10. And Matt Phillips. If you heard about Matt out in Reno Vegas.
That's right. I saw the name.
National tournament.
That was a pretty scary thing for him.
He's here today and bowling.
To tell everybody, refresh my memory what happened too.
Yeah, they thought he was inebriated or passed, or just too drunk to get on the airplane. He's actually had a health condition pop up on him. They took him to the hospital. It was very critical.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember the folks in Muncie had a bowl-a-thon for him. They raised some money to help pay for his bills.
Yeah.
And that was kind of scary.
He's here today, boy.
A lot of interesting colors here on 9 and 10.
And we got Chris Curry out of Indianapolis with Motive. Won a PBA regional tournament on lane 3. I can't see it far down right now.
Once again, I want to thank our sponsors. Big Four Socks, big4socks.com. Check out the best socks in bowling. David is here with his crew and his socks. So if you're going to be here in the building, he does have a tournament special going on. So make sure to check him out. Thank him for being a sponsor. Also, other sponsors, Pinheads and Fishers, Arrowhead Bowl, Mike Alby's Arrowhead Bowl in Lafayette, Motive, and Indiana State USBC, and also the Anderson-Madison County Visitors Bureau. Without them, this tournament would not happen, and we would not have all the prize money that we do added to the prize fund.
On the Big Four Socks, he does have some new additions this
He
year.
does.
So might want to check them out. If you don't like the little anklet socks, he does have
He
the
have
big.
crews.
He has the new crew socks, which are guys like me like to have. It's easier to pull them up.
And
some new colors too.
Yeah, new colors. I was just going to say that. I'm still waiting for him to come out with Purdue colors. That's what we keep telling him.
Well, you know, if he does that, he has to have the red and white, the gold and blue. I mean,
well, that's what I guess he's got a lot of colleges asking.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have my socks on today, and if you're not a bowler, they still work. My wife has a pair; she's on her feet quite a bit in her job, and they help. They have building support in the arch, saves your feet from getting tired and sore. And I have flat feet, so I can really tell.
right.
So it's really an amazing sock. Chris Cundiff there on lane 9.
Here with Genesis and Brunswick. There's a staffer. That carry up on 8.
Going off to your left side of the screen.
Oh, he's way out there.
Washout 5. PBA washout, as they call it. That was a good shot.
Yes, it was.
Back over to 5 and 6. Also have right here in front of us on 7 and 8. Not quite on the cameras here, the Aaron Jones. She's be on your the right-hand side of your screen, coming up on lane 7. Believe it or not, when she was younger, she threw a backup ball.
Oh, did she?
She did.
I believe she almost won the Queens this year.
She did.
Last year.
She threw a backup ball. She used to bowl at Arrowhead as a youth. Threw a backup ball, and a guy by the name of Gary Ness, who you probably know, started working with her. And here she is. I mean, throws it correctly, I could say. He throws it well.
I would say, John Kelly, get off my side, lefty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're allowed to use the right-hand side sometimes.
Oh, okay. Nice spare by Aaron.
Again, today's format, there's 4 squads. Top 48 are guaranteed to at least the semifinals. Places 17th through 48 will bowl in the semifinals tomorrow morning.
You can't see it from here, but Gene Perez just dropped it in the channel.
Did he?
Yes. Wow. He is struggling down on 1 and 2.
So after the semifinal tomorrow morning, that will fill the top 32.
We'll go double elimination.
Then go to double elimination match play until we have a champion. 1 game matches too. It's not best 2 out of 3 or anything like that. For this squad, it was there's a squad bonus. Top 4 from the 930 squad is guaranteed at least 48th place. But the top 2 is going to be seated in the top 16.
Right.
And so they won't have to bowl the semifinal tomorrow morning.
Right. I believe we also have a bonus for the top seniors too.
Do they?
I thought we did.
Is that for the tournament or just for the squad?
Might be for the squad, but might be all day. But I thought there was a bonus for the top 2 seniors.
I don't see it.
Okay, well, we used to have that little bonus for seniors to get them the ball. But they keep saying you can't compete with the young kids anymore.
Well, there's some seniors out here who can. I can guarantee you
yes,
that.
They are. Yes, they are.
You got Danny Clark out here, and you have Mark Sullivan.
Gary Smith, Greg Smith, which won this tournament.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's turning into a high rev rate game, but you know, with the condition that Jeff puts out here, it's fair to somebody who doesn't hit the ball pretty hard.
And we do re-oil between each squad, so it's the same shot for everybody. Aaron Jones back up on lane 8. Another little light shot.
So 2001 was the first event, right? Because all the champions listed.
Right.
So the very first champion was Steve Ireland back in 2001. Aaron McCormick won the 4th one in 2004. He won the 4th tournament.
We've only had 2 bowlers actually win this tournament and the Scratch Classic. That being Gene Perez and T.J. Schmidt.
And then Gene Perez won the Lafayette Open after that.
Right. Even though Gene didn't win it in the same calendar year, he won the Scratch Classic and then the Masters.
Yeah.
But TJ did his in the same year.
Which isn't easy.
No, it's not.
And has anybody ever won this event twice? I don't think so, right?
No, not yet.
Doesn't look like it.
It's very hard to do.
Yeah, when you're doing double elimination match play, I mean, you get to match play, it's kind of luck of the draw sometimes.
Almost a nice pickup by Trent Burns on lane 4. Oh, backdoored that one. Brian Kay's in the house, the past champion, 2016 out of Fort Wayne.
You are seeing a lot of players play different angles, so that's
Yes.
what's nice. You see some people playing out, some people playing
Wow.
in. And he smashed
Kevin
it.
McEwen just smashed the
I
blocker.
heard it, but I didn't see it on the screen. I was watching
Solid,
him,
it was a solid 9 down there.
and it just swept it off. So basically, it's trying to tell him you got screwed. That should have been a strike.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's calling it back. It looks like that was a great shot. Oh, pocket 710 by Zach Carey.
Wow. One of our sponsors out of Pinheads.
Yeah, once again, if you're ever in the area, you know, it's just north of Indy
Yeah, they're in Fishers.
and Fishers. Check that bowling center out. It's nice. They have a lot.
Nice ball by Aaron Jones.
Yeah. Yeah, not only is it a league center, it's an entertainment center.
Yes, this guy has a lot there. Also has volleyball outside as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And the volleyball, it's got two private ends for bowling as well. A lot going on in that little center.
Yeah. Well, you know, and I bet they probably do volleyball leagues, things like that. With bowling, you know, when summer comes, people don't want to bowl. They don't want to go inside and bowl. That's a way for a bowling center to keep the revenue coming in, because it gets tough for some bowling centers. People have been cooped up all winter, and you know, summer hits. They really don't want to bowl.
Well, they're going to what they call the family fun centers, which went up down there in Noblesville.
Yep. Dave
Smalls.
Dave Smalls, who owns this center, has one down there. You definitely have to, as a proprietor, you have to think outside the box.
Zachary Free, director's in the house. Out of Plymouth, Indiana. They catch me off guard. They got me from the blind side. John Kelly up on lane 6. Past president, Hall of Fame member. Lefty. Just changed balls.
Nice shot.
Changed balls. He was the one to pink one.
Yeah, very simple game.
Yeah.
Traditional game.
That got it right.
He knew. The minute he let go of that, it was Brooklyn.
That's Trent Burns for you. He shook his head anyhow. Right behind him will come Chris Curry. He's on the senior tour. Our Boulder PBA regional, maybe it was.
Let's see here.
And Chris is going to make a ball change, it looks like.
Oh, that was wide. Oh, it came back.
Yeah.
Could have saved a bunch of money staying home.
Well,
Chris
that's Chris Conduff. He'll probably be
He'll
there.
bowl again.
He'll bowl again.
And he'll probably make it.
Maybe go across the street and come back with a handful of money.
To the casino.
A lot of guys do that when they're up here. It's a matter of location, and this is a great location for us.
And they've made it easy to get to.
Right.
If you're coming from the Indianapolis area, it's right up 69. 3 lanes all the way.
Yep.
They just recently
Pretty much,
finished
yeah.
that.
Yep.
That's made it nice. All right, about halfway through the last game of this squad. Hopefully we'll have some standings here that I can talk to you guys about here in a little bit. Next squad starts at 1 o'clock. We'll go on air about 12:45. And those times are Eastern. Looks like some people starting to filter in too for the next squad.
Next squad. Sign them up. Haven't seen that man dash to the office yet.
No, I was surprised. To me, that tells me that some people are. They got one good game, one bad game.
Yeah.
You know, that type thing. And they might also be. I'm just going to enter the third squad, take a squad off. You know.
True.
You know, those scores we talked about the first game, they had to come down at the high end because we didn't see any of that even close down here. And that's why I was surprised to open the app there and see the standings and see scores that high.
And one end may play different than the other end, just like they're in Lafayette. It's the
Oh,
same
yeah.
way.
Yep.
First 10, first 12 play tighter, I believe, than the rest of the house. You know, the lanes are the same. They just play a little different.
And that's what's nice when you change lanes. You don't necessarily, they don't play the same. And sometimes will even out the scores between bowlers.
And with all the different styles we have out here, it's going to change anyhow.
Yeah, you got some people throwing urethane, you have people throwing reactive.
Two-handers, one-handers.
Two-handers, one-handers, yeah.
Matt Phillips just crushed the pocket down there.
Yeah, he ran a couple, the last 2 out. He's got 5 in a row.
There you go, John.
Yeah, he's hit the pocket 3 frames in a row, and of course left the 7-10 last frame.
Oh, nice shot, Aaron. A little crossover.
And with the
little crossover.
Chris Conduff there on lane 10. He was just the one telling us he should have stayed home and saved money.
Cut the heart out.
Let's see what we got. You're talking about no repeat champions in this tournament. I can tell you someone who's finished second 3 times.
I bet you I know who that is.
Scott Gilmore.
And he finally won one there at the Scratch Classic.
Yeah. He'll be the first to tell you he wants this one, though. After you finish second 3 times.
Yes,
I think it was 2 years in a row he finished second.
Right. He's a heck of a little bowler. My heart goes out to him. I mean, he's so close, so close, so close. Then to win the one, it's like, wow.
Yeah, I don't think he even made the cut last year.
Wow. Somebody should have had their hand up on that one.
Oh, he missed a 5-pin.
Missed a 5-pin.
Lane 4.
Lane 4, blew right by it.
And then another spare just got
I said you
swiped off on 6.
Gotta make your spares.
I didn't even see what spare he had on lane 6 that got knocked off. So it was a 9-pin. So that's 2 9-pins that's been knocked off. That maybe should have been strikes.
Another 5-pin up on lane 10.
Yeah, so what we'll see after this, this squad, I bet, is a lot of people making surface adjustments for the next squad. If they haven't bowled that great. Normally, that's what you see people doing. They're going to re-enter.
Matt just came. No, it's a 6-bagger from Matt Phillips. We're on lane 3.
Yeah, he goes open, strike, open, 6-bagger.
No, 7-bagger. 7, isn't it?
That's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
But those opens were splits, so.
He was close.
Yeah.
Close.
Oh.
Jeff Grego there on lane 4 out of Fort Wayne. It's like
I wonder why he had a second game. He was, a second or third after that first.
Right.
So you have the Open Championship starting
May 7th.
May 7th. Summertime?
February 7th and 8th, I believe.
It's in Richmond.
It's in Richmond. Starts in 2 weeks.
And the kids starts in March?
No, end of February.
End of February. It's still around the same time. That's
Yeah.
right. They run about the same time.
They're 3 weeks later, and then the ladies will start 29th or 22nd of March.
The ladies is in Lafayette this year, right?
Yes, they are.
Yeah. I thought I saw that.
Kids are in Terre Haute. Seniors are in Decatur.
Hoping for a lot of entries on the kids' side. That's where our future is.
Our entries are up this year, so we're looking
Oh,
good.
really?
Yeah, entries
Great.
are up from last year, so we're looking good on both the ladies and the youth.
Yeah, the future in bowling are these kids. Not only here in Indiana, they'll across the country.
Right. If you haven't got your entry in, contact us. Contact one of our tournament managers. I'm sure we'll be glad to fit you in.
Was there an email address on the website that they could
Yes.
contact? Okay. Yeah, the entry forms are at indianastateusbc.org. You can get those there. Fill them out, send them in.
Or you can contact one of our tournament managers, Rick Schultz, Linda Isaacs, Brian Petrie, or Tony Peterson. They'll be glad to help you.
Tony's the new tournament manager for the seniors, right?
He's our new tournament manager.
For seniors.
For seniors.
Seniors, right?
Gene Neal retired.
When does that start?
The first weekend in April.
Okay.
April 4th and 5th.
And where's that going to be at?
It's in Decatur, Indiana.
Brian Nunning.
Association manager.
Doing brackets for you guys today, right?
That's right. Yes, he is.
I asked him if he wanted to jump on. He's like, I'll be busy with brackets. I just think that's an excuse, but.
He's got his plate full.
But yeah, I've ran brackets before. There's not a break.
Like I said, bowlers don't write their scores down correctly sometimes. We
You
get an
can't read
error,
it.
and we had that problem last night with a couple of incorrect scores.
I heard that, yeah.
Matt got
crushed it.
another one.
That's why Jeff made the new rule that he announced before this squad that everybody's responsible for writing down their own scores. Before it was the A bowler that wrote down for the whole pair. So I don't think it's a bad idea.
No, it's not a bad idea, but you need to check your scores, make sure it's right.
That's why I was just going to say if somebody else is writing my scores down, I'm going to check it.
Right.
After every game. I'm not just going to wait until the end. Sometimes you forget what you bowl.
Matt going for 8 in a row.
Oh, I got it wide.
A little wide.
Not good count with that
5 count.
String.
But we did have one year where somebody did not write the correct score down, tried to get into the top 32, and wound up being suspended from this tournament.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I know some tournaments, if the score you write down is lower than what you actually got, that score sticks after you sign your scorecard. That's the score you get.
Well, Chad, we're about done with this game here.
Yeah.
I'm going to slip back in the office, see if they
Okay.
need any help. I'll probably see you back about 12:45.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you, Kerry, for joining me.
No problem. Appreciate it.
No problem. So we got about a frame left here on each of our pairs before the squad is over. I just want to thank everybody for joining us here on Savage Bowling TV and on Chad Lester. I'll be joining you guys for the first two squads. Scott Gilmore will be back for the last two squads. It'll probably be the both of us. We'll have special guests. TJ Schmidt might be joining us. He helped us out quite a bit with the Lafayette Open. If you missed that broadcast, him and Matt Ogle did a great job during the later squads on Saturday of the Lafayette Open. So hopefully he'll join us, and we'll get some other thoughts from the players as we move along throughout the day. Once again, I want to thank our sponsors, Pinheads and Fishers, Mike Alby's Arrowhead Bull, Big Four Sox, Madison County, Madison County Visitors Bureau, and Motive. For the excellent sponsorship here of our tournament. There are 5 entries left for the next squad. And you're going to see a mad dash to the tournament office here before this squad ends. So this next squad will be sold out again. I would expect the tournament to be sold out by the time we're done. Once again, this is a 2020 Indiana Masters 9:30 a.m. squad. It's the first squad of 4 here from Championship Lanes in Anderson, Indiana. It's our first broadcast of 2020 and our first of 3 here on Savage Bowling TV. We'll be back here next weekend on Saturday for the Indiana State High School Finals. There'll be 2 separate broadcasts. We'll be broadcasting the singles finals probably around 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning. And then later in the afternoon will be the team finals for the boys and girls that we'll be broadcasting. Just broadcasting the finals of that tournament. It's always a pleasure to support high school bowling here in Indiana. We have one of the best high school bowling programs in the country. So that's next weekend, and then March 14th we'll be back here at Championship Lanes for the Indiana State Queens, and for that broadcast. Try to take a peek at the standings here after game 2. See if he's got those uploaded. Doesn't look like quite yet. All standings for this tournament will be on the team app. Just search for Indiana State USBC and you'll see under tournaments the Indiana State Masters. Looks like we have standings after game 2 just now loaded. So leading the squad with 489 is Rodney English. Second place, Ben Caldwell, 477. Jeff Grego, 466. And Scott Dillon, 466. That's third and fourth. Kyle Luckett, 439. Shelby New is in seventh, 438. Rounding out the top 17 is 415. Kevin Mikulowski. Our very own Scott Gilmore is in 19th with 410. Gene Perez, 406 at 21st. Currently 26 players, even or plus, and 26th place is Scott Johnson, 402. So you got to think around the cut's probably going to be about 620 or so, I would say. And for the top 48 making it to tomorrow's semifinals and finals. We're just a few minutes away before the squad's done. Looks like 9 and 10 is just about finishing up. So is 5 and 6. Once these pairs are done, we will sign off, and we'll be back about 12:45. I'll talk to you about the final standings for this squad and what to expect going forward for the rest of the day, as the next squad starts around 1 o'clock Eastern here from Championship Lanes in Anderson, Indiana. All right, looks like they're going to finish up here. We're going to go off the air here in about 5 minutes or so. Stay tuned. We'll see you guys back here around 12:45 for the second squad of the 2020 Indiana State Masters.
Looking for something fun to do in Anderson and Madison County? Hi, this is Matt Rust from the Anderson-Madison County Visitors Bureau. Let us help you find things to see and do in Anderson and Madison County. The Visitors Center is located at I-69 and exit 226 across from Culver's in Anderson. Pick up a copy of our latest Discover magazine, our new Madison County map, and an Indiana Festival guide. Visit our website at visitandersonmadisoncounty.com. The fun starts here.